Hello everyone and welcome back to Durbanites FPL for your Game Week 7 review and Game Week 8 preview. Let's start as usual with the table where still riding high, 33-point lead now at the top. It's really tight underneath that, just 1 point separating the next two and another 11 points up to the top 4. One more team up in the 400, the champion is back in the top 5, and then after that a really big midfield battle from 6 right up to 9, just less than 20 points between those. And also a change down at the bottom, Mangoose jumping up from the bottom, just a point lead now. Let's see how that goes as the week progresses. It's a big one this week, Liverpool taking on Chelsea, a lot of players impacted here. Looking at the player selection, Cole Palmer is now the overwhelming favourite. 92%, 11 out of 12 managers having him last week, followed by Erling Haaland and Emil Smith-Rowe, and then Mo Salah slipping slightly. Not a bad choice because Liverpool are coming up with some very tough fixtures in the weeks ahead. Looking at differentiators, James Maddison and Noni Madueke both scoring 10 this week, and not many other big stars except for Bukayo Saka, but not many had him. And then you have Martinez from Aston Villa as well, doing really well as the goalkeeper and chosen by 5 out of 12 managers. Now, looking at hits and misses, we drew a blank this week. No memorable hits and no memorable misses. Quite a low scoring week for the league overall, just in the 40s, just about average for everyone. Looking at our best possible selection, based on the team that we had, Emi Martinez up in goal with 9 points, Onana on the bench with 6. In the defense, you've got Bern, Digne and Alexander Arnold all on 8, and Keane from Everton 6. Then you've got Jota, Madueke, Maddison and Wemo, all of them pulling up that midfield, with Chris Woods and Danny Welbeck leading the line and Liam Delap getting the bench. Cole Palmer couldn't make it into the starting lineup, 6 points, and Pau Torres as well with a handy 6 sitting on the bench. Altogether, this team would have got you 91 points, and on the bench, including the bench, 115 for a total cost of 92.1. So affordable, and one that you might want to look at if you still have a wild card out. Looking at the fixture rating, teams that have some favourable fixtures in the next 6 weeks: Everton, Ipswich, Leicester. Not the best performance so far, but maybe this run of games is exactly what they need. Taking each other on as well in the middle of that, and also taking on Southampton, who are struggling. Manchester United, even though their form is not there on paper, they have a very winnable set of games, except for the Chelsea encounter. Man City still have another good 4 games before they come up against Spurs and Liverpool. With Haaland in there, you're probably looking at a good captaincy choice and a steady captaincy choice over the next 4 weeks. Then you have Notts Forest, who again haven't had the best start but are doing pretty well. Chris Wood seems to be in form, and they've got some good midfielders as well that are contributing in there. In that, Gibbs White is one of them, Elanga is another one. So they've got a good run of games coming up, a few dots in the way, but definitely ones that you could use. Looking at teams to be cautious with, Brighton have been off to a great start. The next 4 weeks are going to test them fully. Newcastle, Liverpool and Man City coming up. It's not going to be easy. Bournemouth as well, a fairly even start, but Arsenal, Aston Villa and Man City is a tough 3-week period. Chelsea, who've had just come off a good run, now going to Liverpool, Newcastle, Manchester United, Arsenal and Aston Villa. 5 out of 6 games. Very tough. It might be time to use that Cole Palmer money and Nicholas Jackson money elsewhere, but tough choice. These guys can also perform in tough situations. West Ham have some tough games coming up at the beginning and end of the 6-week run. Villa as well, some winnable games, but some very tough games coming up against top competitors for European spots. Fulham as well, Aston Villa, Everton and Crystal Palace, games that are tough for them. And then you've got Spurs, so a lot of players coming in from Fulham into our teams. Chances are we need to reevaluate that. And Liverpool as well, coming in for a challenging run. Chelsea, Arsenal, Villa and City in the next 6 weeks. So might want to rethink how we look at players from those teams, especially since they are usually premium priced players. Now looking at the backline and player selection, Sals from Nottingham Forest is doubtful. Allison is out from Liverpool. Bazunu is still out for Southampton, and Turner is blocked from playing against his parent club this week. That means for goalkeepers, you're looking at Everton, with Jordan Pickford picking up 15 last week and really looking in good form. Andre Onana, even though Manchester United have not had the best run, still picking up clean sheets and saves along the way, also penalty saves, so definitely one of the top keepers so far this season. Muric from Ipswich, based on the run that they have coming up. Edison, based on Man City's run as well, if you have the money, as well as Guglielmo Vicario. All of them are good picks for you for the next coming weeks. On the defensive side, you see a lot of errors, a lot of injuries that are coming up there. Trippier, after having a good week last week, is now injured again. Tuanzebe from Ipswich, for those that have had him as an easy pick. Some Arsenal defenders also down. Looking at who we can pick for the weeks ahead, Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool, even with the tough weeks coming up, he is an attacking wing-back, which means that he could get assists and or goals. He's proven dangerous, so definitely still worth looking at. From Manchester United, Dalot and De Ligt are the most steady defenders so far, giving good returns and for good prices. And then from Arsenal, Gabriel is the pick there. He is outstanding this season. Same for Guardiola from Manchester City, both of them getting a lot of goals so far. But from Man City, you also want to look at Rico Lewis. From Nottingham Forest, we're calling out Aina, who's also been a good goal threat. And then from Spurs, the duo of Pedro Porro and Romero, both of them again really have the chance of scoring as well as picking up clean sheets in the next 2 weeks. Going into the midfield now, where all the action is happening. Martin Odegaard is still out from Arsenal, and the star boy Bukayo Saka is now doubtful after his England matches during the international break. Martinelli as well is doubtful. Both of them about 75% chance of playing. Not sure whether Arteta will rest them or take a chance on them. Now you're looking at Solly March from Brighton. He's looking to come back. It's about 75% chance of him playing as well. Once he comes back, just a reminder to everyone, he is a proven goal scorer as well. And then you've got Bob and Rodri joining De Bruyne out for Manchester City. So they are really running a bit light on midfield currently. That being said, their bench is phenomenal. So you've still got Bernardo Silva, you've still got Phil Foden in there, you've got Kovacic in there. They have enough firepower, so don't be too distracted right now. Which is where we call out the picks. So again, Palmer and Madueke, tough games coming up for Chelsea, same as Salah and Diaz. However, they are consistent performers this season, and you might not want to take a chance on getting them out of your team. From Ipswich, Omari Hutchinson has started showing his true potential by scoring now. So with the run of games coming up, I expect that we'll get some goals and assists from him. So definitely a call out for him, as well as Dwight McNeil, who's been doing really well for Everton this year as a goal scorer. Kovacic has been putting in the goals. Foden will probably get a lot more playing time with De Bruyne out. So those are good picks if you're looking to go into Man City with their run ahead. Same for Brennan Johnson and James Maddison for Spurs. Sonny is back as well, but not sure whether he'll get a full game, so that's Heung-min Son. And he's expensive, so I'm not sure whether we would call him a pick for this week. And then for Manchester United, with the games they have coming up, these are two of the most creative wingers who have been known to score goals, Garnacho and Ahmad. Maybe worth taking a look at them. Looking at the forwards, still a few injuries here. So Wissa, who was doing really well at the beginning of the season, still doubtful. Callum Wilson is still for Newcastle, but Isak is off the injury list. João Pedro is now injured for Brighton after a great start. Richarlison is making his way back to Spurs, still doubtful. And Havertz has picked up a box. He is doubtful for Arsenal. That being said, looking at the fixtures ahead, we're looking at Erling Haaland, of course, as a main man and possible captain's choice. Rasmus Højlund from Manchester United, he's now fully fit, so might get the chance to start. Liam Delap has been doing really well for Ipswich. With the games coming up, I expect him to put a few goals in the back of the net, as will Jamie Vardy. And then you've got Dominic Solanke, at least for the next 2 weeks. Good choice. He's starting to come back to a little bit of form. Calvert-Lewin for Everton as well, as they look to press forward with this advantage of having some easier winnable games. And of course, as you mentioned, Chris Woods of Nottingham Forest are looking to make an impact, as he has at the beginning of the season. So guys, that's all we have for now. It's going to be an interesting week. The Liverpool-Chelsea game is going to be a banger. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe. Drop a like on this video as well. Happy to hear your comments and look forward to the next one. So much for now.